So yeah, the pickle that we're going to make today is very good, like we've mentioned, for lots of things for your liver, your gallbladder. It's very easy to make, so it's one you absolutely can make within a day. You can change it depending on what you are, your personal likes and dislikes as well. There's lots and lots of simple things that you can kind of adapt. So all you're going to need is a lemon. You're going to need a little tub like this, so one with a lid. You're going to have to make sure that you have washed it out with hot water before and let it dry naturally to sterilize the jar. You want to be careful that when you are making any kind of ferment that you've washed your hands with soap before, so again you're not imparting the bacteria onto your food. So you want to have clean food, clean hands, clean surfaces, clean equipment. So just one mason jar. Here's one I made earlier. Obviously a lemon, knife, and your spices of choice. So you aren't going to need many of them, and a lot of them you've got in the kitchen anyway, so it should be really simple to make. I've got cumin, ground cumin, I've got ground turmeric, as well as the fresh turmeric, just because I had some left. So you can use whichever, the fresh or the ground. Obviously, if you're using fresh, then it's going to have a slightly more pungent effect. And then I've got some smoked paprika as well. It tends to go really nicely with these slightly kind of Indian flavors. And then I've just got some roasted pepper with garlic in there as well. And then obviously, if you're using obviously vegetables, fruits for pickling or fermenting, then again, using organic is obviously going to be a lot better for you because they're not having the pesticides and things on, which would then go into the pickle. So always using organic where you can is advisable. So we're going to start and I'll show you towards the end what it kind of looks like once it's been out on the side for a day. But to start with your lemon, you're just going to need to take a knife. And essentially what we're going to do is cut it into eighths. Now you can leave the all of the skin on. I personally like to just shave the corners just to make it a little bit easier to digest and a little bit quicker to pickle. But if you like the bitter flavor, you can leave all of the skin on. I'm just going to shave just slightly on each of the kind of corners of the lemon. Just do it with these three. Just to make it a little bit less thick on the skin. You can leave those aside. You can put them in your porridge. You can do lots of nice things with lemon peel. As we know, they're great for draining dampness, for weight loss, for phlegm, anything like that. So cutting your lemon into eighths. So just half down the middle. And again, half down the middle, and again. So you're just quartering each of the halves. And then you're just going to place those at the bottom of your jar. Now, once they're in the jar, you're just going to use either the back of a spoon or the back of a fork just to press them, just to release some of the juices. Some of the juices are going to help to submerge the lemons. Just taking a moment to mash those a little bit. To release the juices and just soften the structure. There you go. So you'll have some juices in the bottom there. You want to keep those, as that's going to help, again, just to keep the lemon under, kind of submerged under water, so it's not going to go bad. as well as then the salt's going to help that as well. So once you've got the lemons at the bottom and you've squished them to release some of the juices and just to soften the shape a little bit, you're then going to add your spices. So I prefer to put them in a bowl and mix them together first. So if you're using your powdered, then it's a quarter teaspoon of turmeric. Turmeric is quite a strong flavor, so you don't need loads there. So just around a quarter of turmeric. And I got stuck. There we go, quarter teaspoon of turmeric, a quarter teaspoon of cumin powder, a quarter teaspoon of paprika, either smoked or unsmoked. Again, if you like a spicier pickle, you can add a little bit more. And then this is where you can get a bit more creative. So obviously, if you are using fresh, this is where you would add them in as well. So I'll just add a little bit of fresh turmeric here. So an easy way to peel any of these root vegetables, so ginger or turmeric, then you just use the side of a teaspoon. So it helps to take off the skin without actually damaging much of the shape of the vegetable. Go. And careful to not spill it, as turmeric does stain. So the fresh vegetables, if you're using them, then they can go. If you're adding extra fresh ginger or fresh turmeric, then you can just put them directly into the jar. And they're going to give the pickle a really nice color as well. And then just a bit of black pepper or any other flavors that you're adding. You can add in some garlic powder, onion powder, asafoetida, as it's called in Ayurvedic medicine. And then you're just going to mix them all around. So you've got your powdered mix. And you're going to sprinkle them on top. So you're trying to sprinkle them as evenly as possible. To cover all the lemons. And then you're going to add your teaspoon of salt, which I have left in the kitchen. So I'm just going to run and get that. So you can use there's lots of different types of salts. I'm using a birch smoked salt as it gives a really nice flavor. It's one I bought from Iceland. But any kind of sea salt, Himalayan salt, lava salt, a hearty teaspoon, and again to sprinkle it all over the lemons. A bit more. And then you just want to maybe squish your lemons a little bit more just to make sure it's all nice and covered. And the last thing you're doing is adding your olive oil, your flavorless oil. You can use coconut oil and just a teaspoon. Again, mixing it on top of the lemons just to make sure that they're all nice and covered. So with the juices and the oil, your lemons should be nice and submerged. So just want to make sure that you're pressing them down if they need to be squished a little bit more. And the salt there is going to help pickle them. So then, once you've got your lemon pickle, your spiced lemon pickle, then you're just going to close the lid and leave it out on the side for 24 to 48 hours. And then you'll notice the color starts to go a little bit darker. Here's one I made earlier. And it's really delicious. So very easy to make, takes just 5 minutes. And once it's ready, so in 24 hours, give it a taste. If you think it needs a bit longer, maybe an extra day, but it is a quick pickle, so should be ready relatively soon. Then you just put it straight into the fridge. And you can use that with your salads, with your soups. You can add it in sandwiches, have it on the side, or as a digestive after your meal, or as on its own to get your digestive juices flowing, so your digestion is ready to receive your food. So that's how you make one very quick, easy, medicinal tonic. Spiced lemon pickle.
I love it. I love anything quick and easy.
Very quick, very easy, very good for you, lasts for a while. So yeah, it's a winner.
Yeah, absolutely. And it seems very impressive, I'm sure, to anyone. You're like, yeah, I just whip this up. I'm looking forward to trying it.
Yeah.
Do you just eat the lumps of lemon then?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can put them, you can have it. It's great if you're making like a curry or something like that as well. It has got that slight aromatic flavor to it. You can eat it on its own, obviously, if you like the tart flavor, sour flavor. If you don't, obviously, then maybe disguising it in your curry or something like that. Or you can have it with anything. Goes nicely with soups. It adds a whole lot of flavor because the flavor is all absorbed by the lemon. So very simple to make, very good for your tummy and your liver and gallbladder. So an easy spring medicinal food.
Oh, I love it. The idea of it being like a little soup flavor bomb.
Yeah, no, it's great. I love it. I love the sour flavor. I can't get enough of it. But I put this on loads of different things. Even your porridges, if you want a slightly more savory one, can be interesting. Grains, all sorts.
Lovely. Well, thank you so much for sharing that, Sophie.
Pleasure. Let me know. I hope you like it.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying it. I like to add these things to the side of dishes. I can imagine that being nice with a dal or something as well.
Yes, so nice. Yeah, really nice. We have it with loads of things. But yeah, delicious.